What's up, folks? Today we'll be making an easy, delicious artisan loaf of bread in the Dutch oven. The closed Dutch oven keeps the bread nice and moist, and the heat retention gives us a great crust. As always, leave a comment with anything you'd like me to make in the future, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. We'll start off by adding our 2.5 tablespoons of yeast, followed by our half teaspoon of salt, our 1 teaspoon of sugar, and finally our 1.5 cups of warm water into our bowl. I'm using a stand mixer, but you can easily make this with a bowl and a spoon or spatula to mix it. We'll mix up our yeast starter and let it sit for a few minutes to make sure the yeast is actually active. And as a tip, we want our mixture to be around 100 degrees for the best yeast activity. Once we know the yeast is active, we can throw in our flour all at once, and we can start by mixing it slowly. We don't need to overmix, we just need to make sure all the flour is wet. Once everything combines a bit, we can turn up the speed. Because I'm using a stand mixer, things will mix more evenly, but if you're mixing by hand, don't worry if it isn't quite as smooth. As long as the flour is wetted evenly, it'll come out great. Now, once everything is mixed up, we can cover our bowl with a towel and let it rest for 2 to 3 hours. When there's about an hour left in our resting, we'll preheat our oven to 450 degrees with the Dutch oven inside. The dough should have about doubled in size by this point. We can now get a piece of parchment paper that will fit inside our Dutch oven and sprinkle some flour on top of it to stop the dough from sticking. Once we've done that, we can carefully scoop out the dough from our bowl into the middle of the parchment paper. Using a spatula, we can shape our dough into a loaf-like shape, and we want the shape to be very similar to whatever our Dutch oven is. Optionally, you can cut some lines in the top of the dough, which will form some extra crust as it bakes. Now, once we have our lines cut and our dough shaped up, we can set it aside for a moment, and making sure we use our pot holders, carefully get our very hot Dutch oven out of the oven. Add the parchment wrapped dough into the hot Dutch oven, add the cover back with a pot holder, and bake for 35 minutes in our preheated oven. After our 35 minutes are up, we can take the Dutch oven out of the oven, again carefully using pot holders, and remove the lid and bake it again for 5 to 10 minutes to give a crunchier crust. Once that time is up, pull the bread out and let it rest on a rack for at least 10 minutes. And there you have it, a super easy to make, fluffy, artisan, beautiful looking piece of bread that tastes great. If you liked this short video today, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and leave a comment with anything you'd like me to make in the future or how the bread turned out for you. Thanks so much, guys.